Decent options. If you don't like to read, you can skip this game now. The purpose of this beta test is to evaluate colony ship's combat system in different ways a character can specialize for combat. Unlike the beta, the full game will have branching quests and dialogues, diplomacy, stealth, multiple quest solutions, and different paths through the game. Combat will only be one of many approaches, but, and so on, and so forth, and there's a lot of text. Okay, so we'll see a part of the game. And I think with the character creation we see an important one. Ebenezer. Born free. Okay. That looks kind of cool. Bit like the elusive man in Mass Effect. Cyber glasses. Okay. Now we need to make our character look like the portrait. Yeah, close enough. We've got 16 attribute points to spend. So this is a combat scenario, right? So we pick someone who is sort of proficient. Aimed shot. Dodge this. Dexterity determines action points and requiring speed and rate. Yeah. Okay. We can tag 2 skills. Sniper. A sneaky sniper. No. Evasion. And we can spend 3 points. And spend 1 in evasion, 1 in rifle, and 1 in armor. It is the year of our Lord, 2754. You will never feel the sun's warmth under a blue sky, never hear the wind in the branches of a tree, and never swim in the ocean because you had the misfortune to be born on the ship. You have never seen Earth, and you'll never see Proxima Centauri either. Your past and future both sacrificed by some dim and nameless ancestor to the greater good of the mission. The mission above all, it says here. Starfarer, they called her, a pretty name for a retrofitted interplanetary freighter. She had already been 20 years in service when she was rechristened and showing every minute of it. No one is certain the ship will actually reach its destination. Nobody much cares since no one alive now will live to see it. Fatalism is the prevailing philosophy of the shipborne. Make the best life you can and consign all your what-ifs and might-have-beens to the void. Answer a few questions to define your character's beliefs and opinions while learning more about the ship. Yeah, sure. The ship was launched by a neo-Christian conglomerate dedicated to establishing a religious colony on a distant world. The original 50,000 passengers, the so-called first generation, were true believers in the mission. They sacrificed whatever lives they had on Earth and demanded strict obedience to the laws of God and the ship from their children. Yeah, that obviously went wrong. Unfortunately, the generations that followed lacked their forebears' fervent will to sacrifice. Dissatisfaction led to open revolt against the authorities, called the Mutiny, and the mutiny metastasized into a civil war. While the mutineers dealt a decisive blow to the old order, they did not eradicate it completely. When the fires died and the smoke finally dissipated, 3 factions emerged from the wreckage of the old order. The Protectors of the Mission, the Brotherhood of Liberty, and the Church of the Elect, each of them promising their own version of the future. Rebellion was a mistake. Why should shipborn blindly bow down to the edicts of their centuries-dead ancestors? Who cares? We've got enough problems right now. The mutineers were fulfilling God's will. Oh God, no. Questioning age-old edicts is a bit of a thing I can relate to for the character. Life is changed, and to stagnate is to die. The systems by which the shipborn are governed must evolve. Violence is never the best solution, but is sometimes the only solution. Yup. Tyrants have always justified their decisions with noble motives, but all they care about is power, and that power rightfully belongs to the people. Death to tyrants. Yeah, that's good. The ship suffered extensive damage during the Civil War, but remains operational. The hull was breached in several places, and frantic efforts to avoid a meltdown crippled the main reactor. Radiation increased in places to lethal levels, and several areas remain dangerous to this day. When a small percentage of children in the habitat were first born deformed, they were branded mutants and immediately shunned. The young were abandoned, and those whose defects didn't manifest until later were driven out. With the condition of the fusion reactor degrading to dangerous levels and the number of volunteers for jobs in areas exposed to radiation remaining few, the mutants negotiated a pact with the Covenant, granting them protection from harassment and violence in exchange for the maintenance of the engines and other vital ship systems. In saving the ship, they saved the world as we know it. The debt can never be repaid. If anything, we need to embrace the possibility of mutations as critical to our survival in a strange new world. That's kind of true. Very extensive character creation, background story creation. I like that. It gets you into the person you're playing. It gets you into the world, and it's not completely bad, is it? The text and the you know, it's not vague. You definitely decide in what direction this goes. The place you call home is known as the Pit, and to some more affectionately as the Free City. Hauling the towers of containers rising from the depths of a cargo hold a city is a bit of a stretch, and so is the other half of it. With no kind of law or government, freedom mostly means you're free to kill or be killed. On the plus side, housing is cheap and keeping overhead low is a priority when you have nothing. The real cities, makeshift metropolises sprawling across many decks, are called habitats. They offer much better living conditions for those who can afford it, but to live there, you have to pick a side among the factions vying for control. Nobody in the Pit gives a damn about their struggles, but like Earth before it, nothing in this world is free. Just keep in mind you might get more than you sign up for. As far as you are concerned, true freedom means being free from laws passed down by your supposed betters. Some kind of rule is necessary, or else we'll descend into anarchy. If freedom means living in an interplanetary shipping container and sleeping with a gun under your pillow, these Pit dwellers can keep it. Personal freedom is a luxury the shipboard cannot afford. To serve the state is to serve your brother... Oh yeah, the Brotherhood of Steel. Yeah, some kind of rule is necessary, else we have anarchy. Yes, but... being free from laws passed down by your supposed betters. Not a big fan of anarchy. See, our guy is a soldier type, right? It's got a sniper kind of rifle thing going. So we could sort of make up an addition to the questions here. And we had the option to skip it. The ship is en route to Proxima b, an Earth-like planet orbiting Proxima Centauri. After launch, a deep space probe transmitted highly detailed images of the surface, which revealed one minor setback. This very habitable world is already inhabited. Since the voyage is estimated to take close to 400 years, it's possible that by the time the ship arrives, the colonists will encounter a mature civilization corresponding to Earth's late Middle Ages. Ooh. So for the people on the ship, it's more than 1,000 years in the past. Comparison to Earth. Ah, slaves. Okay, those 4 options are all shit. What do we do now? Make them slaves, segregate them, live in harmony with everybody, hippie style, or assimilate yourself. Well, let's live in harmony then. Okay. Yeah, I'm now clicking stuff just because it takes too long. Been nearly 15 minutes. Okay. Place your bets. Your court is in session. And the music is a tad loud, isn't it? Place your bets and win fortune. Looking for anything in particular? Asked the storekeeper with an unconvincing smile. His face is unshaven and smudged with oil. Let's browse. Huh? I find this font particularly hard to read, but it's used in many games, so I'm kind of used to it. A breather, resistance against toxic. Oh, we would probably like this here. We've got 100 credits. Looking for a job. Legal representation. Okay, so you're trying to defend? Oh, okay. I didn't read the text at all, so I'm kind of surprised that we are now fighting John Doe. Sorry. The Suicide Special. Aim at the head. Oh, the interface is kind of tiny in parts. Like when I pick aim here, press Alt for more info. And that's all very small. Tiny font. I'm not sure if there is a setting here in the main menu. No. Ooh, that's tough. So let's read the text again this time. A bolter, a boomstick. You want to file a grievance? I'm looking for a job. For the prosecution, okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. So this is what they call making a case. Okay. That was the shotgun. That was the pistol. Hey, T-Bank. Battletech and Pillars of Eternity Season Passes are on Humble Bundle. Okay, cool. Thanks for letting us know. He's also running away. You gonna shoot me while I run there? No. Oh, I didn't reload. Of course, yeah, he's got a reaction attack chance if you run through the field of vision. I get knocked down. 8% chance. Okay. Can reload both weapons? No. Regular shot. After years of refusing to put out the expansion at decent prices, suddenly one day they offer the whole game for less than I would have paid for the expansion. Yeah, it's odd, isn't it? Why am I not going into cover? I don't know. I've got 16 action points altogether. Do I have a 34% chance to hit from there? No. That's his, yeah, I'm dead. You died in a manner of stuff and things. Okay, and then you start again. That is really not what I was hoping to see from the demo. Sorry. I wanted to see the other bit. The user interface is not good. They're collecting feedback on the combat setup at the moment, so I'll give this one another year. It's been in early access since April last year, and they were planning to release next year in summer. So yeah, next year I'll check again. Currently, that's not what I wanted to see.
Best tea party.
Wench Ken, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. You are catching us on a Discovery stream today. Awesome. How's it going? Thanks for coming over. Discovery stream means that we're looking at these games today. We just had a look at Colony Ship, which is very early access and not really ready to be shown around too much. But at its core, it's a role-playing game in space on a colony ship that's been on its way to Proxima Centauri for a long time. And it seems like there's a lot of political strife, social dilemma, as well as combat and some space stuff included in the game, but it's too early. We just had a look at the demo that they have on Steam, and it's basically just they are collecting feedback on the combat system, and my feedback at the moment is that the user interface is horrible. So I just stopped that. Oh, sorry. Do you want to see the visuals? I can fire it up real quick. The game, come on, capture. It's pretty dark. We're on this colony ship, right, which has different habitats that are separated from one another. And here, there's what they call the Department of Justice, and there's the acting judge. There's a store here. In dialogue interface currently looks like this. You can go shopping. You have the storekeeper and your inventory. So that's all pretty much straightforward. And some of the user interface bits are very, very tiny. I really didn't get along too well with that. So when you chat with him here, you get into a combat situation, and then you see there's cover and half cover involved, action points, and so forth. So the potential is there, but if you see what I mean here, I'm aiming at him and I can't really see the numbers and the text and the symbols. It's all very small. So the user interface either needs a scaling slider or they need to rethink their setup. The rest of the combat was pretty okay. So you confirm with your right mouse button, and you can rotate characters and so yeah, should be okay. I guess later on you can control multiple characters. Well, the demo is free, so this bit of the game that you can check out, you can download that on Steam right now. Colony Ship has a demo, but they clearly state that it's a combat test. Hey, Mikias, welcome. So that's what we just looked at, and that was game number 298 discovered this year on this channel.